everybody, how's it going today? I'm by our north silage pile here. Just gonna grab a handful of silage up from up and down the face here. So we just started feeding from this pile here about a week ago, feeding half of this with the silage pile that on the big slab where we'll be piling the new corn silage. And Jason is coming tomorrow to start chopping on our corn, so we'll be piling up against the face over there. So we'll be going to 100% of this silage pile here starting tomorrow, depending on whatever time they get here. They plan to start around noon, so feed the cows in the morning from that south silage one more time, and then it'll be 100% of this north silage pile going forward here. Want to grab another dry matter sample. The first sample I pulled when we just opened it, we were at 31%. And then 2 cuts in, we were at 35%, which it's not uncommon for the edges on the bottom to be wetter. And the last sample I pulled, we were at a 37, so we're getting a little drier than I'd like, which surprised me a little bit. I figured we'd be around that 35 because I thought that's about what it went in as. And I think we will be there once we get further into it, but the first little bit, just getting into this pile here, we'll just sample it several times every few days or so, just to make sure that we've got that dry matter percent accurate in our feeding program. So I'm going to pull a sample here today, and then we're going to put the duals and the blade on our 942, get that ready for packing tomorrow. Just make sure we're ready to go when we start chopping here tomorrow afternoon. Just grabbed 4 handfuls, just kind of spread out amongst the face here, bottom, middle, top. Mix it up in my bucket here, and then we'll put it on our Coster tester, and I can already tell that this is wetter than 37, which is a good sign. I mean, looks like pretty good feed. I've had some issues with getting all the kernels cracked in the past, but last year kind of tried to stay on top of them the whole time. And I'm not seeing any whole kernels here at the moment, which is a good sign. We did send a sample in. It was just when we were just starting into it, the second cut across. Digestibility was NDFD 30 was 62 or something like that, I think, and starch was in the low 30s, which I'm not too disappointed about those numbers. I think that'll make pretty good feed for our cows. We'll see how it goes once we get a little further into it. There is some BMR in this pile, but it's a little further down. We'll see. I know that's lower starch, but the digestibility, I would expect that's going to be 65 plus, pushing 70 once we get into that, because that's about what it tested when we harvested it in the field. So we'll see how that goes once we get into that feed, into that silage. But take a sample here, burn the dry matter, and then yeah, we'll get started on that tractor. It's the next morning here. We finished putting the duals on and the blade on our 942 yesterday. The camera fell over when we put the first dual on, which actually worked out pretty good because we put the wrong dual on to start. Sam grabbed the wrong one and I didn't even notice it until we had it pretty much all the way on. So we had to take it off, grab the right one, put it on, and then put the other side on, which what, maybe an extra 5-10 minutes. So not terrible, but kind of funny that the camera fell over, so I didn't even get us doing that. But they brought the tractors and trailers here yesterday. The chopper sitting over there. Just wanted to check and make sure that all these tractors have numbers on them, because they will be going across the scale. We scale all the loads coming in, even from our own fields. Looks like these 4 tractors do have numbers on them. I think they are going to bring some trucks, but we'll just have to see how the field conditions are. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of areas where the tractors are going to be necessary, but hopefully they'll be able to get some trucks into once the field is opened up and it dries out a little. It makes a pretty big difference once the corn is off. Just a little bit of sun on that ground dries it out pretty quick. But getting to that point, it's nice to have the tractors. I think as far as I know, they got things serviced last night. I saw them pull in here around 7 o'clock or so. So we should in theory be ready to roll here this morning. We'll see when they get started here. Hopefully get some footage of them opening up the first field if I get a chance to. It's gonna be a nice day today. Should be a good day to get a nice start on 2024 corn silage. It's a couple days later here already. Haven't had a chance to come out to the field yet, or I have, but I didn't bring my camera. So we finished the first field. It was a field of ours, 180 acres. They finished that yesterday. Started opening up this second field here. This is a field of our neighbors. It's 250, 270 acres here. Should hopefully get a good dent in this today, but we'll for sure take all of tomorrow as well on this field, I think, and then maybe finish this up the following day. This is I think it's a 97-day Midwest corn here. Take a look at this here quick. We're in a fairly decent spot of the field here. Overall, this field I think is going to be pretty good yielding. There's some good corn here. It's a little drier than I was expecting, actually. Our field, the one we started on, we were averaging right around 33% dry matter. The first several samples we've taken from this field here so far, we're at like 35, even at 36. So we need to get this off as quick as possible. 35, I mean 35 is good, that's where we want to be, but I'd like to have it maybe just a touch wetter. So I want to get this off before it dries down anymore, and then I think going into our next field will be a little bit wetter again, so should hopefully blend good in the pile, but should make pretty good tons here, I think. There's some good ears on here. There is moisture still in the kernels here if I push on them, so we're not getting too dry yet, but that's a good size cob there. We'll maybe head over to the pile. I do want to check and see how this corn, how it's being processed in the pile. If it is a little drier, need to make sure we're getting all those kernels cracked. I'll look at the cut length too right away. I've been checking that here the last few days, and that all looks to be pretty good. Doing a good job on the kernel processing on the corn from our field anyways. We'll just make sure that we still are here in this field. Feels like there's plenty of moisture here. It looks plenty green, but the test doesn't lie. Not seeing any whole kernels. Looks like they're not even seeing any. Oh, there's a bigger. Oh no, that's just the shell. Looks like we're doing a pretty good job on getting these kernels cracked. Got another tractor there for packing without a blade, and then we've got our 942 there. Well, we need to wait a little longer to make some room for 2 tractors on the pile, but I think we'll start running our 942 here this afternoon. And then I think Bobby Joe, I think he said his son was going to come run that other John Deere just to help pack too. But we need a little bit of space on the pile first. We don't want to crowd each other. So we'll be running 2 packing tractors here, and 3 also if Sam's got time or somebody else has got time to run our tractor on there as well. The more packing we have, the better. It's a little bit later in the afternoon here now. Hey. Just picked Ian, Eli, and Lisa up from daycare.
Let me do it now.
What do you want to say?
You are Buddha guy on Tribe. Okay, Buddhas?
We're going to check out the chopper here, and then go check out the pile where we're piling. Taryn's going to be home around 5 or so, so I've got him with me for an hour and a half here. I have got a silage sample burning at the moment to check the dry matter, so we'll go check on that too. But I think we'll end the video here. We'll have some more corn chopping in the next video here probably, but just in the field here waiting for the chopper to come by. Hearing some pretty good corn here. What do you think about the corn?
Look at his coming.
The questions, comments, post them down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Buddha. Bye, Buddha. Bye, Buddha. Sam Buddha.